And hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. I am the Lavender Lady, Diana Clary, and this is Coffee with Lavender. How the heck are ya? Yeah, we have another COVID Sunday here. No apologies at all to the Bengals, but and we have the wonderful, the lovely, the brilliant, the beautiful Kate Farr, Bionic Dance. Good morning.
Hi, everybody. I am not the Lavender Lady. I'm also very tired. I'm not ready to be up, and I'm suffering a severe appearance deficit. So forgive me.
You're beautiful.
Um,
Shut up.
and I just really don't want to be awake yet, and I don't really seem to have much of a choice.
Well, I don't know. You could tell me to go to hell.
I could, but even if I did, I would not be able to go to sleep again.
Okay, I got you.
I
Oh
mean, you
my.
know how that is. You've gotten up, and then you decide, no, I'm too tired, and you go to sleep, and all you do is toss and turn.
Yo, boy, do I ever know that one. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's sort of where I am right now.
Oh my. Oh, look at this. All the lovely people. They're all coming right here. Um,
Weirdos.
Sleep is for the weak. Well,
Yeah.
the way you've spelled it, Seraphim, yeah, pretty much. I'll be honest with you guys. I haven't been out of bed very much at all this past week, and it wasn't even fun. You know, I mean, it was kind of nice, the warmth and the kitty next to me and everything else, but no fun otherwise. It's just being never mind. Yeah. But
I have a kitty on my lap, and he's chewing his toes.
okay.
Well,
what do they
that's the way cats are.
what do they see in that? I don't know. Do they have peppermint flavored
Um,
toes or something? Or
I guess. I don't know. Cats seem so, I don't know, they have this need to clean themselves a lot.
yeah.
Like they take baths more than a Frenchman. I don't know. Do Frenchmen take baths a lot? It just seemed to be the what was in my heart for the moment.
I don't know. I think I remember at one time anyway hearing just the opposite, but
What, that they're stinky?
yeah. Oh yes, Hell, Michigan, definitely.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is the really fun part about this particular lockdown or quarantine or whatever the hell you want to call it. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. Um, so you sit at home, and in so many cases you can't even go to work, and you go nuts. I think what is it called? Stir
Isn't
crazy?
I thought the place in Norway was spelled with one L.
Huh. I do not know, but what I can do is
That's a hell Norway. No, I guess it is with two L's. Then what the hell am I thinking of? Because I swear there's an HEL somewhere.
hmm.
Well,
I
there's a
can't
way to
think of
figure
anything.
it out. Just go to maps with HEL. No, not there.
Okay, so I see that it's right by the Trondheim airport.
Oh, it's in Poland. HEL is in Poland.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hmm.
Yay.
If there was a nation full of police officers, it'd probably be Popoland.
There you go. Uh,
Bender, I do
Poland.
not understand you. Sometimes he refuses to lie on his back, and right now he loves it. Maybe it's because he's licking his stomach. I don't know.
Okay. Well, Miranda was a little. As she got older, she got touchy with that. I mean, originally she would love being cradled on her back, and she'd fall asleep in my arms like that. This is when she's a kitten. And as she got older, okay, sometimes she would go for it, and other times it was like, no, Clarion, you're not even thinking about doing that.
See,
Um,
look.
look, look, look.
Look.
Hi there. Yeah, we
Hey,
got
oh,
the.
heck.
Looks almost. Were he in a? I guess he's almost kind of in a sitting position, looking almost like that fat cat, whatever it is. The one sitting there. It looks like weighing 40 pounds. I don't know. I'm weird. Don't mind me.
Well, Columbia has gotten chubby lately, where if she's sitting, not lying down but sitting, and you look at her head on, she looks like a small cat sitting inside half of a big cat.
Okay. Okay, I'm liking
Like
it.
like, like there's a bigger cat that's acting as a sleeping bag, and she's only half in it.
So she's half in the bag.
Sure.
Okay. Just,
I'd say she's half out of it.
Okay then. Oh my, oh my.
I
Okay.
posted a picture yesterday and now I can't find it. But I posted a lot yesterday, so it's not
I,
surprising.
I caught some of it.
But
And I missed a lot of it because I was in bed.
what on earth are you talking about?
I missed a lot of your posts yesterday because I was in bed all freaking day.
Oh, yeah, but you don't look on Facebook.
No, not all that much.
Well,
I
that's
just kind of
where I
fell out.
posted it
Okay.
is the thing. So you would have missed it
Okay.
because I posted it on the Facebooks.
I suppose I have to start. Well, not start. I have to get back to Facebook. That was my medium of choice, if you will. And then when I started Twitter, oh, hi there.
But you see what I mean? Like she looks like she's sitting inside some sort of fur bag.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like I said, Columbia's gotten with the chubbies. She's huge.
Oh, man, are we talking a 20-pound cat here?
No,
Okay.
she's like 10 or 12 or some shit. I don't know, but she's still chubby.
Yeah, Ariel, the kitty that bonded to the ex, in her prime was 22 pounds, I think.
Yikesies.
Yeah, and she was a fit 22 pounds. That's the thing. We're not talking Garfield here. But it was funny because she used to like to sleep on Melody, and Melody liked to sleep on her back. So you have this cat all over the tits here, and Melody, would you please move? I'd like to breathe. Oh no.
Yeah. There's people doing exactly that with how much Purell they bought.
Jeez, man. Oh my. Yeah,
Oh my
it's.
gosh, did Xander fall asleep in that position?
Oh my. Oh my. We gotta have a picture for posteriority.
Mm.
He did. That's absolutely beautiful. That's one for the highlight reel, kids.
He's an adorable little monstrosity, isn't he?
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Oh no, Seraphim, people aren't bathing in Clorox, they're drinking it.
Oh my word. God, that's even worse.
Uh,
I mean, I know someone who bathes in Clorox, not straight, just, put a capful in a bathtub or something like that, but still. Um,
Sounds ouchful.
Yeah, it does. But that's what this person does, and what are you going to do?
It's like Ferenginar. Is that where the Ferengi come from? Is that their homeworld?
Wait a minute, where is that?
Doc
Oh, there it is,
or
the very last one.
yeah, Doc Fearsome said it. And
Ferenginar.
Ferenginar. It's a heck of a guess that the Ferengi come from Ferenginar, but I don't know.
Guess what? You're right.
I'm not sure if I've ever even seen an episode of Star Trek where they say where the Ferengi are from, the name of their homeworld, but in fact, I think there's a number of episodes of DS9 where they just say the homeworld. The first time I ever heard its name is Ferenginar that I know of.
There's this thing out there called Memory Alpha.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, and we have from there, Ferenginar was an inhabited planet in the Alpha Quadrant. This was the homeworld of the Ferengi, a warp-capable humanoid species. It was the capital world of the Ferengi Alliance, best known for having nearly constant planet-wide torrential rains, rotting vegetation, and rivers of muck. Ooh,
Well,
sounds
that's
like a
something I
nice place to
totally didn't
vacation.
know.
Say again?
I really hate the Ferengi. They're terrible, terrible creatures.
Yes, they are.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, it's not just their society. They all have really annoying voices.
oh, well,
Like,
that too.
all of which makes it hard to watch them.
Uh, their level of greed reminds me of the GOP.
Mm. Well, there's been a lot of speculation that a number of the Star Trek races are racist caricatures of human culture. Like the Ferengi are supposed to be the space Jews, and the Vulcans are the space Japanese or the space Asians, and all of this stuff. And it's just like, I don't know.
No, Mortimer 81 did a better job of Space Jews.
Okay, I
Um,
must have missed.
you know who he is, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and he was doing a whole bunch of response videos to this guy, Spirit Science, and on one of the things Spirit Science called, what is it, human history you never learned in school or some shit like this. Um, he said that two extraterrestrial races came to Earth during the time of Atlantis and all this stuff. Those two races being the Martians and the Hebrews. And after Marty recovered, picked himself up off the floor, it's Jews are from space. Well,
I mean, that was part of Mel Brooks's movie.
yeah. And it's something to the effect of, well, I always did think that Hebrew sounded like Klingon. And then Space Jews just became the running joke. I mean, he's been after this guy for 6 years, and it's the Space Jews
Whoa.
theme keeps coming up.
But wouldn't, like, female Jews be Shebrews? I'm just saying.
Oh my! Oh my! Oh, let's see if I can.
Well, I mean, I love in Monty Python's Life of Brian where they talk about where Brian is insisting he's like he's Jewish and not a Roman, and to proclaim his Jewishness, I guess, he describes himself using every like anti-Semitic stereotype and insult he can think of.
Okay, then. Yeah,
He's like, I'm a Yid, a kike, a Hebe, a hook nose. I'm kosher, Mom. I'm a Red Sea pedestrian and proud of it. And
Oh
the funny
my.
thing is, I described this scene to someone, and they had no idea what was meant by Red Sea pedestrian. And I had to explain it. I'm like, okay, like Mo parted the Red Sea, and everyone walked across. Well, and they still sort of were like confused somehow. I'm
Oh
just like,
my.
dude, I was not raised religious, and I know this shit.
Yeah. Oh my, oh my, oh my, that's beautiful. I'm gonna have to pull that. I think I've got a master on one of my external drives of that film. I'm gonna have to pull it down and see it again.
Uh,
It's a blast. Yes.
on YouTube, there. Oh,
Now
Xander.
what's he
You
doing?
Well, he's lying like on my legs, and he's stretched in such a way that he starts dripping off my knees, and all of a sudden he panics and he's like, oh shit, where am I going? But yeah, there's on YouTube, there's this 4-part interview. Like, I don't know why they couldn't smash it into one video instead of 4 parts, where John Cleese and Michael Palin are being interviewed. And there's also this like bishop or something,
That
and
one! Yes, I know the one. Yes.
where they're going off about Life of Brian, and they're well, number one, their perception of the movie is so wrong. Like
Right.
they insisted that Brian is supposed to be Jesus, despite the fact that like Brian attends the Sermon on the Mount,
Yeah.
like he watches
Yeah.
it too. And the funny thing is, Jesus was totally played by the guy who played Captain Nita in The Empire Strikes Back, which I think is hilarious.
Okay
Um,
then.
but so they kept trying to make that comparison, and the one dude like could not stop digging on the movie. He kept calling it things like a 10th rate film and all this stuff. Like he
Right.
could not
Right. Yeah.
resist. And it's a hilarious interview because the religionoids in it just look increasingly more obnoxious, whereas Palin and Cleese are just sort of sitting there being jovial and cordial and stuff. And it's like, wow, the religionoids just look like fanatics by comparison. They look like assholes by comparison.
Yes, sir.
Like
From
like
the film we're talking about is Life of Brian.
yeah.
Beautiful film. Beautiful. Well,
Mhm.
Bishop, whatever his name was, yeah, he really needed a high colonic. Okay.
Well, the bishop wasn't really the bad one. It was the other guy, like the scholar dude. Was he could not like resist the insults. He couldn't
Mm-hmm.
lay off them. So, Sander, you are going to slip again. You need to center yourself better. I mean, I know that you're not even a year old, you silly kitty, but
He's what, about 5 months old?
getting there.
Okay.
I probably should have kept track. But fortunately, the day I acquired him is on the internet, so I can reverse engineer the math. It's harder with Colombia.
Okay.
I mean, I got her in what, 2007 or something? And she was a year and a half old when I got her.
Okay then.
So
Yeah, and then there's
Sander, don't. You're gonna fall off and then dig in with your claws. I know you are.
and then there's the little one. I'm not quite sure how old she was when I took her in. I'm guessing 12 weeks, just by her general appearance, but could be a couple weeks either way.
Well, and when you're like just sitting there, and then the next thing you know, all of a sudden there's this clawed creature attached to you somewhere you thought you could never end up. It's like all of a sudden I have 4 spots of claws digging into my back, and I'm like, from what surface did you take a flying leap and decide I was your perch?
Oh my! What do you guys? How did "Let That Be Your Last Battlefield" come up in conversation, guys?
What is that?
That's a Star Trek episode, original series.
Hmm.
If I remember correctly, Frank Gorshin was in it. You had it was a commentary on racism. You had Gorshin's character chasing somebody else around the universe, and the whole thing boiled down to racism in the sense of uh, Kirk, I think, asked, well, why do you hate each other? And Gorshin's character said, well, look, he's white on the right side and black on the left side. I'm white on the left side and black on the right side.
I'm reminded of an episode of Babylon 5 where the Drazi were trying to choose their leaders, and the way they do it is everyone like lines up and pulls a scarf or something out of a barrel, and some of them are green and some of them are purple. And the way they choose their leaders is that green and purple start beating the shit out of each other. And whoever wins gets to be leader.
All right. Oh, my word. I'm liking it. Maybe they should do that here.
It's pretty silly. And they're like Ivanova goes, okay, why are you fighting? And one of them's like, green. And the other one goes, purple. And she goes, yes, I can see that. But what is your problem? Why do you not like each other? And they go, green, purple.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, and eventually she worms the problem out of them, like what's going on. And she just goes, really? And so finally she goes, okay, so if I were to take the scarf off of him and put it on him, and the next thing you know, everyone starts beating up that guy.
Oh, Jesus.
Finally, she hits on the solution of taking all of like the green scarf dudes and dyeing all of their scarves purple.
Okay, then.
So that no one has anyone to fight.
Okay, then. But God, your description, about pulling the scarves out and beating each other up, that reminded me of the old ladies Monty Python skit reenacting like the Battle of Agincourt.
Just run at each other with yeah, that was pretty funny.
We need that in this neighborhood just for what is it? Break the time or spend the time or whatever. Oh my word! I don't know if these people could pronounce Agincourt, but that's beside the point. Yes, I'm classist. Oh, well. No, I don't think I'm better than you are. I know I'm better than you are, so shut up. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, my ex was big on that one, and she really meant it. It was scary a little bit. I'm joking around here. No, she was serious. Oh, man.
Well, there are some people where I definitely know I'm better than them.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
But I wait for them to demonstrate it before I decide.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm looking at my Steam queue again, and I'm noticing there's a bonsai tree game where that's all you do is it's a bonsai simulator.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's got to be really exciting after about the first 15 minutes, Oh,
wow, you would give it 15?
I'm trying to be generous. Give it the benefit of the doubt. You know me.
I've made some really stupid games.
Yeah, it's amazing how stupid the games can come, and it's amazing that some of them actually sell. I mean, they don't have multi-million-dollar sales or anything like that, but some of them actually get a few sales, and these guys make enough for beer for the week or something, and it just amazes me.
Well, one of the things that has held me back from trying to make my own game is just because I'm not sure that the effort will even equal the return.
Of course, it won't. No.
Well,
I mean, you're making less than minimum wage now. Just think of what it would be like trying to put
yeah.
out a game.
This is why I'm working on a web comic. It'll probably pay off better if I keep doing it.
Okay, yeah.
Because you can merchandise stuff. You can make T-shirts. You can make books. You can do all sorts of stuff.
There you go. Yeah, you start seeing T-shirts with the Head Meats character on it.
Exactly.
Were I to see that around here, it would be all right. Yay!
So, I mean, making a game is probably harder to merchandise unless it gets really popular.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you put in a ton of effort into a game and no one gives a shit and you don't make any money off it, that's just wasted time.
And speaking of, Doc Fearsome asks, at this rate, when will we see the ass-wiping simulator? Yeah.
Well, I mean, walking simulator is already a thing.
Well,
I'm not even kidding. Walking simulator is a thing. You can type it into Steam and get a shit ton of results.
Oh no. But the one thing that did come into my mind when Doc talked about the ass-wiping simulator, the best part of that game would have to be going to Walmart during the virus infestation to try to find toilet paper.
Actually, I think the best part would be when you learn to use the 3 seashells. Oh my gosh, there's something called a baby walking simulator.
Holy shit.
You're literally playing a baby learning to walk.
Oh no.
It looks so stupid.
For those who want the simulated joys of parenting without the crappy diapers.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at it and it looks like the way it works is you end up losing your balance and you have to compensate for it. It's $1. I'm tempted to buy it, but no.
Moo.
I'm seeing some weird shit here. There's an internet cafe simulator.
Oh, jeez. Okay, then.
Oh, no. Okay. It's not. Oh, my God.
Oops.
It's not the ass wiping simulator we were talking about.
But close. How close?
Well, here, this. It is no joke a teeth brushing simulator.
Ow! 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 My brain hurts.
I know, right?
Ow!
A toothbrushing simulator. And apparently it is not available in English.
Oh, jeez.
Right? Look at that right there. English language not supported.
Oh, no. What?
Oh, I am so... I'm worried for this world that someone made that.
I have to wonder what the native language of that game is. I just want to know where it came from.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it says, but it's 49 whole cents.
I don't know. That sounds a little bit too expensive.
49 cents for a teeth brushing simulator.
Is it 49
Uh,
cents because that's the lowest amount you can charge?
oh,
Seraphim says if I had the money, I would buy those games and play them on Steam. Yeah, we
uh,
should really. I should really get hold of Gray. I don't know if you guys know about a channel called Gray Still Plays. He demonstrates games. I think he gets the games for promoting them from the developers, and he's found some pretty stupid games over time as well. So I wonder if he'd like to demonstrate the teeth brushing simulator. Because
there's
usually,
a Schro-
hmm?
there's a Schrodinger's cat simulator.
All right, now we're talking. Oh,
Oh,
well, we're coming up on the season pretty soon in a couple of weeks for St. Schrödinger. Um, where you have the women walking up to the tomb with the stone still there, and Schrödinger is. So look, as long as the stone is there, Jesus is both alive and dead.
okay.
No, huh?
There's a game, I'm not even kidding, called Grass Simulator. Now, granted, it looks like it's more of a first person shooter, but
What are you shooting
still,
grass?
Grass Simulator. And it doesn't mean weed, it literally means lawn stuff.
I'm just trying to picture this. Are you unloading a 30-30 at Kentucky Bluegrass? Is that it? I don't know. It's
There appears
Jesus.
to be cows as well. Um, but okay, I want an explanation for this one.
Oh no.
Phone Simulator 2020. Uh,
Okay, I
the,
want.
the, the description: feel yourself a spoon, the first ever spoon simulator, an ability to feel yourself a beautiful top quality spoon. Be a spoon, become a spoon, embrace the spoon. Spoon for life, spoon for president. Are you a spoon? No? Buy this game to become one.
Oh, for the love of Saint Gulick.
What the fuck?
How high were these people? Really? Oh.
Okay. Well, it's not released yet, and I'm adding it to my wish list
Okay.
because
It's still in beta, is that it?
I guess, but I'm so curious now. I mean, the fuck?
Oh, and from Amiga Nuts, all this technology and what we do with it. Crazy sim games and porn. Wait, keep the porn.
Eh,
I know, Seraphim, definitely not high enough.
wow.
No, wait, wait, wait,
There's
wait,
a
wait. I don't understand
simulator.
this. Beach says, I ordered new ramen spoons last night. Is that actually something?
Well, I mean, I've seen these Japanese spoons that are like little bowls almost. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
okay,
what I mean.
maybe.
I've never heard them called specifically ramen spoons, but oh no. Oh no. Fart Simulator 2018.
Oh
Fart Simulator. I'm not even kidding, and I really wish I was.
Oh shit.
And I mean, the picture of this little pixelated character totally lifting up a leg. Like, oh,
Oh, wait a
oh
minute.
no. I just. Fart Simulator. Oh,
Come hear us talk about weird games. Yeah. See if we can get a couple more people in here.
no, no, Seraphim. You are not trying to discreetly fart. You're trying to kill people with your fart. Oh no, a rock paper scissors simulator.
What did you do? Type into the search bar "brain damaged games." Is this how you're
No,
coming up
I
with this stuff?
actually typed in walking simulator to see what there was. But not even kidding, it's like rock paper scissors simulated.
Oh,
That's what
gee.
it is.
Oh, for the love of sake, Kulik.
I mean, and it appears. Well, no, it's not VR, but
Oh, geez, rock, paper, scissors in VR. That would be. Oh, geez.
I mean,
Um,
look, that's what they
that would be
do.
vertigo inducing.
No, I wouldn't. But let's see, it's single player, so you're doing it against a computer. Oh my gosh, this is so lame. Uh,
The whole thing has got to be the graphics because shit. What do you do? A pseudo random number generator for the rock, paper, and scissors, and okay, you're done. Um,
the graphics don't even look. No. Bed lying simulator? But it's behind an age gate and it says it's girlfriend experience. I'm guessing it's not just lying in bed,
okay,
but
that does
still.
that does actually remind me of a film that was shown at one of the film festivals. It might have been Cannes, I'm not sure, but it was an 8 hour long film called Sleep, and it was 8 hours of some guy in bed asleep.
And I suppose someone somewhere called it brilliant and artistic.
Had to be. It was so long ago, I can't remember what the reviews were like. I just remember that this was an actual freaking film, and I'm standing there with, why? Seriously. At least
Oh,
when at least when Kevin Smith bought up all that 35 millimeter stock, he had a chance of getting somewhere with it, and happily he did. You know, what did he do?
well,
Max out about 3 credit cards to do that?
but I mean, like the thing with the thing there, um,
On the
with the guy
thing.
sleeping,
Hmm.
it sounds to me like on the level of the here is a banana duct taped to the wall.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know?
Uh, that stuff reminds me of the scene in Beverly Hills Cop where
The
the
heads on the
yes,
table.
yes, it's Valerie Borton Heist.
I mean, honestly, when I hear about what people think is art, I'm just like, I'm glad that I'm not one of those people,
Yes,
who
absolutely.
sips wine and talks about this, that, or the other thing that's supposed to be so brilliant, but to most people just looks stupid.
I have to wonder though, how many of them are doing this stuff? They're looking at this stuff and praising it and everything else because they think they have to in order to be
Mm.
part of the group. You know, and
Well,
secretly inside they're like, "This is total shit."
it often seems like when you're one of those like hoity-toity, toffee-nosed, artsy-fartsy types, that there are certain boxes you have to check to be considered part of the like I guess the in crowd,
Mm-hmm,
to be
mm-hmm,
an
mm-hmm.
artistic person, you have to like this composer and that painter and that philosopher, and like it's just so stupid. Like it seems really shallow, but they're trying to seem deep.
Yeah, and when you pretend, it just doesn't make it. The outsider knows that that person's pretending. Really, it's
Well, it's
um,
like one of my favorite little bits of comedy, and I forget where it's from. It might be Animaniacs. is where there's this guy and he's a director and he's trying to direct people in the movie or the play or whatever. It's probably a play. And at one point, he says, okay, that was wonderful, but try it with a more sagacious efflundency. And I was like, yeah, that's what these people sound like.
Oh,
So
scheisse.
I like now if I ever try to pretend I sound deep, I will say sagacious of London say.
There you go. Oh my. Yeah, there was this one guy in Cleveland who was trying to be one of those highfalutin artists and never really got anywhere. I mean, is okay. By the time he got through with one of his murals, it looked like a kid's sticker book.
Mm.
With sprinkles and stars, and it wasn't anything that would, to me, be worth $500,000 or whatever the hell it would be. But and then Alban Berg is garbage when it comes to music, but that's another story. No, just give me Beethoven and Jackson Pollock. I'll be happy.
I don't want to.
And I
I
actually,
don't know. I mean, like I've been thinking about it, and I realize that my reaction to music is often based on how it's played rather than the tune itself.
okay,
Like,
okay,
because there are a number of classical pieces, and I'm using that colloquially,
right.
that honestly bore the crap out of me right up until someone does a rock and roll cover.
Oh, okay.
And Me First and the Gimme Gimmes did an album of punk style covers of country songs.
Oh
And I was like, wow, you guys
no!
made these listenable,
Holy
So I'm
hell, man!
discovering that for me, a lot of it has to do with how it's played
Mm-hmm.
more than the tune itself.
Yeah, I'm just kind of guessing. I think I might have some idea of your reaction to. I forget the name of the piece the name that Bach gave the piece. Oh no, wait a minute. Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring. That's it. And then the group called Apollo 100 did a cover called Joy, and I can imagine your commentary on that. Yeah, because one was what you would consider classic Bach. You'd very likely consider it boring because I know that you say that that sort of
Well,
thing doesn't have what you're looking for. But
but
then,
that doesn't make it boring. Sometimes it makes it actually mildly stressful.
oh, okay, that's even worse. Um,
And,
but the one from Apollo 100 has a nice tempo and that's in tempo more or less and horribly off key. Um,
well, okay, you know what improv jazz often sounds like,
I
right?
love improv. I love jazz improv.
Okay, but I'm leading up to something. So you
Hmm.
know what I'm talking about, where
Yeah.
it goes like people aren't necessarily playing a tune because it's improv. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Like they
Right.
might have sort of a central style or a theme that they're revolving around, but then sometimes they just play whatever comes to them at the moment. And to
Yeah.
be perfectly honest, most like classical music sounds like they're doing that to me, but with an entire orchestra. Like I
Oh,
realize that
okay.
the songs are written, but there's just all these like all of a sudden random tangents and rabbit holes that they go down where maybe it follows the basic theme a little bit, but it seems really unplanned at times. And that kind of drives me nuts. That's part of
Okay.
why I don't
Okay.
like
Now,
it is
I
because
can understand where you're coming from. Yeah, it's now. I mean, me on the other hand, it's I'm weird that way. I love the jazz improv. Dave Brubeck. Are you familiar with some of the stuff? There was one piece it did called Take Five, uh, which gets a little bit like that. I remember hearing a performance that lasted about 20 minutes or something like that, with just each person taking up a part, if you will, one after another, showcasing. And I could just get to a jazz festival, sit on the lawn, smoke a joint, and it's like, hey, I like this.
Uh, I just find it frustrating and a little stressful. And also, like, there's this one guy hangs out in Balboa Park, and he's playing what I assume is a clarinet. And I mean, hell, sometimes there's instruments that look like other instruments, and how the hell should I know? But he is trying to improv, but he keeps like falling back on tunes that already exist that are really simple. Like, he'll be playing toodly 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 pip, and the next thing you know, it's Little Red Riding Hood for a couple of seconds, and then he goes back to
Okay,
toodly
yeah.
toodly pip, and
Hmm.
I'm like, really, dude, really? I don't know.
I've actually done that once or twice. Just some of us sitting around and doing that.
Sorry, no Little Red Riding Hood. Mary had a little lamb. I don't know what I'm thinking,
Okay.
but you know what I'm saying.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm
and
just
it's so easy to do something like that. You have to work at not doing that. Um, when I could remember we were jamming, and I was on a recorder of all damn things. To think of a recorder in a jam session, but you're like you're saying the doodly doodly doo, and all of a sudden that arabesque thing with the da 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 da, and it's just so easy to fall into that from what we were doing. Oh no, what do we have? Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Soda Drinker Pro.
No!
The world's most advanced soda drinking simulator.
Oh no, no. Oh, and a slice of pizza. Hey, now we're
Oh
talking.
my
Oh,
god.
holy shaya.
Oh. I mean, some people just clearly have too much time on their hands.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow, Umpire Simulator. It's like a VR game where I guess you're calling balls and strikes. I don't know.
I don't know. There might be some people I know who would get into that. It's not for everybody. Okay, but oh jeez.
Ah, eh. I mean, seeing that someone took the time, probably days, nay months, to make this thing, it makes me wonder what they do with the rest of their day. I mean, for that to consume you.
There you are.
Well, it's kind of like there's this thing I've been wondering about, where elevator music and hold music and all that stuff.
Yep.
Someone had to compose that, and my question is, was that something they did to pay the bills until their real music career pays off? Or
Probably.
was that their passion? Like, someone somewhere has to go, oh, I love this stuff. When I'm on hold, I'm in heaven. And so, yeah, like someone somewhere loves that shit.
Well,
And I'm just wondering, like, how, why, with the you really, actually?
there are a couple of elevator music composers that I rather like. I'm trying to remember the name of the guy who wrote the thing called Music Box Dancer. Um, yeah, something like that. That's fun. And occasionally on hold, I'll hear some nice Mozart, and it's like, hey, wow, they're catching
But
on.
we're not talking about Mozart here. We're talking about, the sort of soft jazz shit that they always play, like generic ass stuff that you could never identify in a million years.
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Does
And
does the Weather Channel still play that?
I don't know. Is there still a Weather Channel?
I don't
But
know. I truly
but
do not know.
I just suddenly realized, you know what I should totally do is use like Shazam or whatever on it, you know, to see if there's actually a title for these songs.
Oh, okay.
You know,
There
like
very
if I
likely
wanted to
is. Yeah.
track it down on the internet or something, could I?
So, okay, now wait a minute. The Shazam, what, do you play something into it and it finds it in the database?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, okay. I could really use that here and there. There are songs, the titles of which I would love to find and just can't. So something like that would be perfect.
Although sometimes, well, like I watch a lot of television on the thing with the thing, you know,
Okay,
on
that
like
that
Netflix,
thing, yeah.
Hulu, all of that. And God, I'm starting to sound like Joe Biden when I say that. But
Oh no, no, we can't have that.
I know, right? But a lot of times there'll be music in the show, and sometimes it's popular music. I was going to say just pop music, but I mean popular music. Like
Thank you,
it's
Shadow Kitty. Thank you.
stuff they play on the radio, you know. And then there'll be other stuff that's incidental music composed just for the show, and I start looking for it and can't find it because it's not a real song. But I really, 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 really want it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do in that case? I mean, and there was once I was totally, I'm looking for the right word here because flummoxed ain't it. But I was boggled by a tune that sounded really familiar. And it sounded like ragtime more than anything else.
Okay.
And it was in an episode of How I Met Your Mother. And I was trying so hard to identify it. And I finally found a clip of it on YouTube of that specific scene and played it for some people on Facebook. And someone finally identified it. And it turns out that it's a ragtime version of the music from Super Mario Brothers 2.
Perfect. Perfect. Oh,
Because I
jeez.
knew it sounded familiar, I just could not identify it. And finally, someone was like, "Oh yeah, I know that. I know exactly that." And yeah,
Oh, Seraphim.
but my source for new music lately, because nobody understands my tastes, and so when I ask for advice, I don't get it. But what I've started doing is watching TV shows, hitting it with the Shazam, and finding the music that I want to like find and download.
Okay, then.
And I'm realizing now why I was sounding like Joe Biden. I was totally distracted by browsing games on Steam.
Okay, okay. Joe Biden is distracted by breathing, but that's another story entirely.
Yeah, Joe Biden is distracted by Joe Biden.
We're in deep trouble. Anyway.
Yeah. Wait. Only 8 states are still fully illegal. I thought it said legal.
Okay, so I take it that yeah, when you're considering legality, you're considering medical as well. Yeah, if we got into states that allow recreational grass, I
Yeah,
can't
that would be
remember how
different.
many. Yeah, I can't remember how many there are, but I think it's still in single digits, isn't it?
I think so.
Good morning.
I did not get adequate sleep last night, I guess.
Oh my.
Or I got plenty of sleep, it just wasn't restful. Like, there have been times when I've had action dreams, and I wake up feeling like I did whatever was in the dream.
Oh my. Oh my. Um. Yeah. Once or twice I've had that. But this is interesting. Because it just happened to me recently. Do you have what am I looking for? Sense input, input of your senses And for example, can you taste something you're eating in a dream, or can you smell aromas in a dream? That sort of thing. I'm just curious.
Well, I really never eat anything in dreams, and scent has never been a significant factor in my dreams, but I'm gonna say no.
Okay, how about reading? Because I've heard it
It's
said
never,
that.
it doesn't come up.
Okay, I've heard it said that people generally cannot read in their dreams. I do all the time, but
Well,
and
I've
I'm
never
wondering.
tried. I mean, it's never come up.
Okay, and I know I'm weird.
Because
I know.
why would it? I read in real life. I don't need it in my eyelid movies. It seems redundant, is what I'm saying.
Okay
You
then.
know, because like, okay, I fell asleep and now I'm what, in a recliner reading? Hmm. Why would I do that?
Uh, I think the one article I was reading was even to the effect of, seeing a sign in a dream or something that you're not able to read what's on the sign because they
Well,
said it's
but
constantly changing.
but those would wake me up because I saw the sign and it opened up my eyes.
Oh,
I saw.
okay. Yes, you did.
Sorry, I'll just be over here.
Who did that?
What, Ace of Base?
Oh, thank you. I couldn't remember the name of
Yeah.
the group that did
It's
that.
funny because I mean, the reports are a little nebulous, but as I understand it, those guys sort of have some Nazi ties or skinhead ties or something.
Oops.
And I thought that was really unfortunate.
Oh my. That's not good. Do not like that. Oh, thank you, Chris. 11 states are fully legal. Saw that up there.
I'm surprised. Well, okay, I'm surprised and not surprised that when Bernie said he would make marijuana fully legal on day one by executive order, that he didn't get the stoner vote immediately. But then I realized, well, they wouldn't go out and vote, would they? Because they wouldn't realize that was a
Right.
thing. Like, hey, man, you want to like vote? Yeah, dude, but that was like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Like
Mm.
that would be the conversation.
I'm trying to remember
So,
here. I'm gonna have to look it up whether um, you can do the legalization by executive order. I don't think that it has to be done by act of Congress, but I could be
well,
wrong. I thought that's
I
what the
mean, I
DEA was
said
for.
executive order because I thought that's what he said, but
No,
it's not.
that is what he said, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
It's just that what I'm remembering was that the Nixon administration, to my memory, uh, had the DEA created such that it did not take an act of Congress to make something illegal. They would just put it on their own little
Well,
list over there, and then by the
it's
way, that you could also harass the black people, with the DEA. Um, that's real. Great map for marijuana
okay.
laws. Oh.
Yeah. Well, and I have to admit, there's a couple of things I don't really understand where a state has made it legal, but it's illegal federally. And so, like, I could be in my state where it's totally legal and the feds could come in and bust me anyway.
Yes.
That's just so weird.
Yeah, actually, this thing about um, making making grass legal in this state or in this state or in this state is technically not allowed because federal law supersedes state law. But
That's what I'm
no,
saying.
yeah, nobody's complaining about the states yet. So, oh well.
Well, what I think is funny about that, though, is apparently DC has fully legalized it.
Okay then, yeah. That's for everybody on the floor of the Senate. Oh
It's weird where it's like, dude, it's legal here in my state. Yeah, but we don't like you anyway, so we're taking you in.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate wording there, Seraphim, but we've got it, yeah.
Yeah, that is a thing, is like I have been trying to not use his name for that concept. But, sometimes I'm at game night and we're playing cards and it's like, okay, spades or trump. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
no, no, I don't want to use that term. He really has ruined that word.
Yes, he has. Oh, God. I would really like to see, I don't know, just stuff him into a burlap sack and drop him somewhere or something. I don't know.
Well, the like the word Trump is kind of like the Hitler mustache. You just can't do it.
Yeah,
You
okay.
know? Like it's been ruined by someone scummy.
Yep, yep.
Mm.
Oh, for the love of Saint Gulick. Let me, while we're at this, yeah, so far we haven't been ended for anything I've said, so, okay, we're doing
So,
okay.
what would the opposite of a saint be? Like, if they're a saint of evil, what would the term for that be?
I don't know of an official term. Let me find out. Let's see, opposite of saint.
Yeah, I just typed in antonym for saint,
Uh,
and they give nothing.
okay, this one says demon, devil, fiend.
But
I
I
mean,
mean,
that's not quite what we're
demons
looking
and
for.
demons and devils are specific creatures rather than like a status or an office or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that doesn't count. That doesn't work because one of those demons would be this like would have to be appointed a saint of evil.
Okay, this is really fucking weird. When I searched opposite of saint on Google, and you know how they'll give you this list of other questions, and then you hit the little caret and tries to give you an answer, and usually isn't to the question. Here we have, what is the opposite of phallocentric? And I'm looking at this, and I'm
Wouldn't that be
thinking, phallocentric? But according to the American Heritage Dictionary of the English Language, fourth edition, in doing a little research online, I found that according to most thesaurus, there is no specific word that means the opposite of phallocentric.
Sure.
Okay, gonna has to look this up here. Something called Grace's blog from 9th of March 2009. I wonder how many hits it's
So
had.
I'm looking on Merriam-Webster's thesaurus,
Okay, fine.
and it says antonyms and near antonyms for saint. And they list wolf, bully, roughneck, rowdy, tough beast, boar, cad, churl, clown, creep, cretin, cur, heel, jerk, joker, louse, lout, slob, shark, skunk, snake, stinker, devil, knave, miscreant, no good, rapscallion, rascal, reprobate, rogue, scalawag, scamp, scoundrel, varlet, and villain.
Oh boy.
Yes, but
Don't.
there does not seem to be. Problem is, like, I'm looking at the synonyms and near synonyms, and a lot of them deal more with, like, I don't know, like they say cherub, babe, colt, cub, fledgling, greenhorn, ingenue, naif, newbie, tenderfoot, virgin, mollycoddle, sissy, softy, weakly, wimp, angel, dove, innocent lamb, sheep, dupe, pigeon, sap, and sucker.
Okay.
Are synonyms and near synonyms for saint.
I don't think so.
There's another one here on wordhippo.com. They got
Oh yeah.
fiend, caitiff, whatever the hell that is, degenerate sadist, blackguard evildoer, monster reprobate, rogue scoundrel knave ogre, savage, scapegrace, demon rapscallion, scamp, swine, and evil person.
Oh my, you
So yeah,
evil person.
there does not seem to. Maybe it's just something like dark saint.
Um,
You know, like a dark paladin or
there you
something.
go. I mean, the one that comes to my mind is the you know how you have these little short quips with opposites, you know, this and that, you know, this and that being taken as opposites. The one that comes to my mind is saints and sinners. Um, I don't know if that's any good as an antonym or not.
I mean, unless sinners are being canonized.
That happens often enough.
Well, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like canonized for being sinners. You
Mother,
know, where
Mother
it's like,
Teresa.
oh, you did all this evil stuff. Wait a minute. I know what the antonym is for saint. I know what its opposite is. It was so simple. It was right there, and I didn't even think of it. The opposite of saint is Shatner. Yes,
There
that's
we go.
exactly
There we
it.
go. There we go.
You know, you are the Shatner of locusts. That's what it is. That's totally what it is.
There's one for the highlight reel.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, Mr. Shadow Kitty, the trumpet needs a new name. I think we call it the I don't know, the do shit.
Just
You know,
okay.
the dumbass pet. The dumbass it. I don't know. Call it something. But yeah. Probably should have had breakfast before this stream started.
Yeah, well, breakfast is becoming a staple of my diet, and I don't know what the it's got to be this lockdown that's doing it.
Well, you know, lunch has become a paperclip of my diet.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I was the one meal a day person.
Oh,
But
I could
anymore, hmm?
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I've been doing it for years, and I don't know, maybe I'm doing it wrong, and you know, maybe one of the reasons I've got the extra pounds going is that I have only the one meal a day, or at least that's what some people tell me. Um,
Hmm.
but anymore, I am finding it difficult to get by without that bowl of life cereal right after I get out of the bed. Um, get a nice bowl and pour the life cereal into the bowl and then pour the milk over the life cereal. Set it aside. Come back in a half hour or 45 minutes or whatever and eat the resulting mush.
See, that is just strange.
I cannot.
Why would you make it into mush? Why are you getting what's basically amounting to like cereal pudding? It sounds grody.
I don't know how I got started on it, but I did get started. I determined that I liked it's the consistency.
But that's
The time I
exactly what it doesn't have. It doesn't have consistency. It's sludge.
pretty much if you want to call it a consistency, it reminds me of oatmeal in some ways.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't like it. I hate oatmeal. So this
Okay.
on the shelf, it's Life cereal, and they're giving away a family trip to Legoland. And I'm sitting here thinking, you know, you guys just restocked the cereal shelves with cereal that is offering, like, you know, a theme park during an outbreak, during a pandemic. I'm not entering your contest,
Okay then.
you know?
Oh man, I might find Legoland mildly interesting, but I don't know if I would find it interesting enough to take a
I don't
week and
even
go.
I don't even know what you do at Legoland. I mean, do they let you just build stuff? How
That
does it work?
that would be kind of interesting in its own way.
I'm picturing like gigantic Legos.
Ooh, that could be interesting. Yeah, if somebody would build a town square out of Legos that were scaled to the size of cinder blocks or something. Yeah. I mean,
Well, let's
just to
see
say
what
they
we.
did it, you know?
I'm seeing water slides at Legoland. And I'm seeing a map. Doesn't. Well, I am seeing gigantic Lego blocks
Ah.
in the swimming pool, apparently. Mm. It appears to be primarily a water park.
Oh. Okay.
Ah. Like if I were to present a window, it looks remarkably like this.
Let's find it.
I guess there's
Oh
roller
my.
coasters too.
And
But it
all those
seems to be
pastels.
primarily it appears to be primarily water slides and a swimming pool and all of that.
And the water leaks through the joints between the Lego blocks, right?
Sure, why not? I'm just saying that's what Legoland appears to be. So it
Oh,
looks
excuse me.
less like building oriented, like playing with Legos oriented.
Now, here's something interesting that's come up. NANA says I have issues with public pools. And I'm wondering when the public pools will be opening next. Sometime in 2021, maybe?
Perhaps. Well, you remember when the plague was breaking out and a whole bunch of people in Florida just decided, "Hey, I know, let's all go to the beach."
Mm hmm.
Hmm. Well, now, Doc, that we know you can't stand that, we're going to make sure you face it constantly.
Mikey, he likes it!
But no. When
Let's
I
get
think of
Mikey!
Mikey, my first thought is not Life Cereal. My first thought is the character from the Goonies. You apparently have that gap in your knowledge too.
What, the Goonies?
Yeah.
I've heard of the Goonies, I
Oh,
just don't know.
merciful Zeus. Okay, when you're done with the Princess Bride, you're gonna watch the Goonies.
Okay, okay.
Oh my gosh. All these
I'm
gaps in cultural knowledge.
I'm way, way behind. You're gonna have to bring me up to the fore. I don't know.
I don't know, man. This is going to be a hell of a project to get you caught up on you can know.
You're gonna love it, okay?
But I know that Trump has been trying to characterize the plague here as the Chinese virus because it's all like racist and shit.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, when this thing was first breaking out and people were calling it like Kung Flu, I was
Oh,
amused.
jeez. Yeah, okay.
You know. So, yeah.
Oh
Um,
my. Your first cup of coffee with cheap coffee beans. Now, NANA, did you buy a bag of beans and grind them yourself? One of those things? Or what's up here?
Maybe I just
Yeah.
didn't have enough caffeine this morning. I mean, I'm out of Red Bull.
There's.
And while the tea I drank was caffeinated. It was not apparently caffeinated enough to keep my ass awake.
Now that would really be interesting, where your ass is awake and the rest of you is dead asleep.
For some reason now I'm picturing a scene at A Weekend at Bernie's 2.
Okay, and no, I don't know that
Well,
one either.
because through the movie he ends up like doing the limbo and shit, but of course he's dead. So, like, anyway, if you don't know Weekend at Bernie's, you wouldn't get it. But yeah,
Well, you got it. Yeah. I don't know
um,
nothing. I don't know nothing. I am in a hole
Weekend at
somewhere.
Bernie's is a fun movie. Do you know the premise?
No.
Okay. Um, Couple of guys get invited to their bosses, like what is it? Some island near New York. I can't remember. Like this huge mansion for the weekend, and they go. And when they get there, he's dead, and they don't want to let anyone know he's dead for various reasons. And like so, they spend the whole weekend trying to convince people he's still alive.
This does sound vaguely familiar.
But the second one, they end up in the tropics or something, and he's been enchanted by a voodoo priest or something, and so even though he's dead, he's like walking around and doing the limbo and shit. And like Weekend at Bernie's 2 was so bad. I mean, it was terrible, but yeah.
Okay, so one of those films that is so bad it's almost good. It.
No, it was just bad.
Oh, okay. No amount of grass could save it, huh?
Well, it might actually, but it was just bad.
Okay.
Mm.
There's the interesting thing, Beach. Up in that area, you've got that glacial moraine that is known to the world as Long Island. Uh, where does one find Short Island?
Scotland.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm making it up. But the thing about Weekend at Bernie's, there was once for a school project, like they said, okay, take a movie and edit it down to a trailer, right? And I took Weekend at Bernie's and turned it into like a horror movie because it was really, really easy to do, to turn Weekend at Bernie's into a horror movie trailer.
Jeez, I love every minute of that. You have that lying around somewhere? I'd love to see that.
I wish I did, and it might be on an old zip drive somewhere, but I don't think I have my zip drive anymore.
Oh,
And goodness
jeez.
knows it probably wouldn't work on a computer now. So,
Yeah, you have to wonder. 'Cause I'm trying to remember. Weren't those all SCSI? You'd have to buy an
no,
interface
they were
card.
all right. I mean, they weren't unsavory in any way.
Oh, okay. Rah, 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 rah.
Again, I'll just be over here.
I really liked that when that trend started, where everything was migrating over to SCSI interfaces, which lasted about 5 minutes. Um,
Mm.
but
So I was looking around to see if I had my old zip drive lying around somewhere. It might be in a box in the closet, or it might be one of the things that I lost when I moved. So I don't know. But it was amusing what I had managed to do, because there's a lot of scenes in there with like people wielding weapons, and there's like one line where they're actually at first trying to tell people that Bernie is dead, and like at one point he's talking to this guy who comes into the mansion already drunk, because there's like this roaming party that goes around the island from house to house. And this is like the first guy who shows up, and he's totally sauced. And one of the characters, he's pointing at Bernie on the couch. He's like, he's dead. And the guy goes, "That's the idea, isn't it? Cheers." Right. And that made the perfect ending shot for this horror trailer, where it's like, this sort of callous disregard for a guy's life. It worked perfectly.
Oh,
I mean, it
sort of
was
like the Trump
obviously out of
administration.
context, but I should try to remake that trailer somehow. Like I don't remember exactly what I did with it, but I thought it was great what I had done.
It probably was.
Eh,
You got a
I
C
don't know.
minus on it, right?
Well, I mean, if you look on YouTube, there are a ton of like recut trailers all over the place. It's like a thing, you know?
Or what
Kind
was,
of the way unboxing videos are a thing.
yeah. Or what was the grade that Ralphie Parker got on his "What I Want for Christmas" theme? Was it C plus or C
I
minus?
don't I don't remember.
Oh well.
I just remember the teacher put "You'll shoot your eye out" on it.
Yes. Oh man, the house where a lot of the filming was done was close to where I spent the first 31 years of my life. Um, it's a museum now, uh, a Christmas
Yeah.
Story
Well,
museum.
there's a lot of places that were in movies that became, places like, for example, what you call it, the Goonies house is in Oregon, and the people who lived there got so sick and tired of people coming and saying, "Can we go inside and look around the Goonies house?" That they were like, "Yeah, we're moving. We're selling this and moving."
Okay, yeah,
Like,
the house in Tremont, the Christmas Story house. Well, actually, that's not the only set. They did some filming in Toronto, I believe, but some group actually bought that house. Nobody lives there. It's simply kept as a museum for those who like the film. And one of the things they do is what my ex does, which would drive me crazy. Um, they have on an infinite loop a VHS tape of the film, um, and it's just like it's all right. Maybe about a quarter of the way through the second time, but after that, it's like no more, no more. But Melody would
well,
put it on for 24 hours Christmas Day, and it's like, oh God, I used to like this film.
I remember when I walked into like some store. I want to say it was like they were selling movies or video games or something, and there was like TVs all over the place that were playing like trailers for games. And I noticed after a while that it was repeating, and felt a certain amount of both empathy and sympathy for the people working there. Like after a while, this shit has to get really, really old, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I don't, I don't remember what it was. I went into an AT&T store because I was looking at getting a new cell phone, and they were the only place that could do the data transfer, right? And so they had ads for phones playing constantly on a television set.
okay then. And Mr. Shadow Kitty, that's something I had not noticed. That Ralphie's Classroom had a 50-star flag. I did note that Ralphie's Classroom had the token black kid, which you would not have found in a suburban school in 1940. Okay, that was interesting. Um, so just add the flag to the list of anachronisms. Um, yeah, because if I see this correctly, it would have been set, I'm guessing, 38, 40, something like that.
It probably says a Christmas story. Well, it just says in the 1940s. That's all it says.
Okay, and then the thing is that I'm thinking that that was pre-war, so there wouldn't have been very much 40s, and then you would have had 40 and 41.
Um, maybe they just didn't mention the war.
Yeah, could be, could be, could be.
Um, doesn't say on Wikipedia either.
You kitty.
But I was gonna say something. Oh, right, the whole states thing. Because I've often wondered. We've been sitting at 50 states for a very, very, very long time.
Kind
And
of.
I got to wondering sometimes whether we will ever see more or less in my lifetime. Because it seems like we've sort of plateaued at 50. Like people said, oh, that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'd totally add Puerto Rico, but that would mean we'd have 51 stars. And how do you organize that? There'd have to be one star off to the side. There's no way to make that even in rows and columns. And
Well, it's
so
divisible by
so
3.
like Puerto Rico, you're gonna have to wait until we can get up to 52 all at once, because then maybe we'll be able to organize the stars properly.
I thought
I
I
don't know.
remembered seeing a template for a 51 star flag, but I might not have. I mean, 50.
Well, I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying that like will we ever reach a different number of states in my lifetime?
There's been a lot of talk about Puerto Rico. The darn thing is that on so many of the referenda, the Puerto Ricans voted it down. Said we don't want to be a state. We know better. You know.
But like seriously, I often wonder about that. And of course, I wouldn't mind if we decided to separate from the US and form the country of Cascadia, with Washington State, Oregon, and California all making up one separate country. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, we could do the whole joining with Canada and leaving Jesus land to itself. Dumb Fuckistan can be its own country.
Man, I tell you,
Mm. So, what do you call someone from Guam? Are they Guamish, Guamese? What are they?
Guamish.
Guamanian. They're Guamanian.
There we go. Guamish sounds really interesting. What do
It
you call?
sounds like a Jamba Juice supplement, doesn't it?
Yes.
It's like put in the ginseng and oh yeah, a squirt of Guamish, please.
Damn it, M
Oh,
for.
apparently Guamanian is it.
Oh, okay then.
I still prefer Guamish.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Because I mean, when I'm
Guam.
looking at Guamanian, I'm thinking that the area should be called Guaman. It was you go Guaman and then Guamanian, that sort of thing. But okay, like Panama,
Well,
Panamanian.
yeah, but I don't know.
Oh, okay. And then we have this whole thing when you do the looking up, as I said before on the Google, you get what you looked for, and then people also ask,
Mm,
and then they have are people from Guam U.S. citizens? What is the demonym for Finland? What is a person from Arkansas called? Dumb fuck? I don't know.
I still want to call it Arkansas, but that's just me.
Well, that's the river.
Uh,
That's the river. No, really and
sure.
truly, that is the river that flows through. It's the Arkansas River. Um,
Well, the state should be called that.
yeah.
But I don't know.
List of demonyms for U.S. states and territories. Okay, District of Columbia has none.
Mm.
Delaware.
Vermonter, Washingtonian is one.
Yeah.
Oregonian, Californian. I don't know about Maine. I think I've heard Mainer, actually, for Maine.
We go look on that thing for you. Yep, Mainer.
I have no idea for Massachusetts.
What do we have here? Gotta find it. Oh, Lord. Okay. Massachusettsan.
Okay. What about Delaware?
I believe that's Delawarean. Delawarean.
I see.
Or Delawarean. It's not with an I, it's with an E, but Jesus. Okay, Alabama, Alabamian. Alaska, Alaskan, American Samoa.
Alabaman.
Say again?
I've heard Alabaman.
Okay, yeah, the one from the Wikipedia has an I in there. So maybe you can use. Oh, here's an unofficial one, Alabaman. Okay. And then, okay, an unofficial demonym for Alaska is in Russian. Aliaske. Oh, what the fuck? Aliaskasi? Well, of course, there would be another demonym for Alaska, which is I can see Alaska from. I can see Russia from here. What else do we have? We have Connecticuter.
Hawaiian, Texan, Louisianan, I've heard.
Uh-huh.
I mean, obviously Georgian.
I like the unofficial. So what?
There's no E's or ishes for the U.S.
Now, on this unofficial list of informal alternatives over here, the unofficial demonyms for Georgia are buzzard, cracker, goober grabber. Okay, I like that.
Well, and like, is it Wisconsin where they're the cheeseheads? Not a lot of states seem to have that where it's like calling someone that like Vermont does not have anything other than Vermonter that I've ever encountered.
And that's how it shows up on this list.
I mean, New Yorker is a thing, but I suppose it depends on what part of New York. I think there's different terms for that.
Okay, then.
Well, Seraphim, where are you, Georgia? I'm assuming with the whole peach thing, but...
Yeah, I believe she's... Are you Central Georgia?
Well, I mean, Vermontonian would be good, but I've never heard anything other than Vermonter. I remember when I was little, and I don't know if they still do this, Ben and Jerry's would serve up a sundae called the Vermonster, which was basically one scoop of every flavor. And you really only did it with friends, like for a birthday party or something, because there's no way one person is eating the Vermonster all by their own dumb self.
Okay, then.
So, yeah. Maybe I'll look it up. Maybe, let's see. Ben and Jerry's Vermonster Sunday. Oh, yeah. I guess they still do it.
Oh, my.
Friggin' gigantic. Oh, and apparently they serve it like you can buy it in the store in a bucket now.
So they throw a scoop of everything into a bucket and you pay for it and take it home?
Either that or you can just buy it in a store. I'm not sure. It doesn't really say, but...
Okay.
Actually, let's get this picture instead for scale. All right. And present now, Winder. And maybe things have changed since I was a kid, because I don't remember the last time I got a Vermonster Sunday, but it was a long ass time ago.
Oh my
So
word!
yeah,
So that's gotta be. Is that over a gallon? Gotta be.
I don't know, but you're supposed to share it. And I don't see a picture of the classic Vermonster, because they would serve it to you in this like gigantic metal bowl. You know?
Okay, okay.
Oh, wait. Well, no, that's not them, but it's a lot similar to it. There's some place in New York is doing this thing, but whatever. It's not the Vermonster, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, that was a thing, was the Vermonster Sunday when I was little. Seem to remember getting it once on somebody's birthday, might have been mine. I don't know.
Okay then.
Kind of miss Ben and Jerry's parties. Okay, here's a question for you. Do you have regional slang for soft serve ice cream?
None that I know of. No.
Oh,
I mean,
because
well, if you
in
want to call
Vermont,
it that, you might call it Dairy Queen because that's where you would always get it. But no.
in Vermont, they're known as creamies, spelled Creeme. It's a creamy. Like if
Oh.
you say to someone in Vermont, "Let's go out for a creamy," you will get soft serve ice cream.
All right. So you're not getting creamed or anything like that. And then
It's
I'll shut up now before it goes even further down the hole.
yeah, but 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 no, seriously, like if you go to Vermont and order a creamy, you're getting the soft serve ice cream.
Okay then.
And I figure it's kind of like the whole soda pop thing, is everyone has their own word for it, because I've heard other terms as well, but you look at this sign here, it totally says creamies. See?
Oh, okay. Gotcha. And not even the IES at the end. It's the EEL. Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
Hello
Oh,
there.
so
Yeah, that whole I've taken to calling this stuff fizzy drinks because I would
hmm.
get my throat jumped down so often. When I was growing up in Cleveland, it was pop. Um, Here, mostly pop, some soda. Um, my ex would give me all kinds of shit because, well, she grew up in Northwest New Jersey. It was soda, and the way she did it had to be the way the entire world did it. One of those deals.
Hmm.
Um, so I just started calling it fizzy drinks the way the Brits do. And the one I
Oh,
really, really like is from your area, Seraphim. Um, Hi, I'd like a Coke, please. Sure, what flavor?
oh, don't let me murder people.
Yeah.
If you call every soda Coke, you really need to be shot.
Hi, I'd like a grape Coke, please. Holy shit.
And I don't mean like being shot in a way that makes you instantly dead. I mean the sort where you're suffering for days, and you're sitting in the hospital and they can't, like, for some reason make the wound better, like they can't make it close, and there's bits of metal stuck in you that eventually give your blood poisoning. Very painful, slow and protracted death for calling it Coke. And it should be only less severe if you call it pop.
Aw.
It is not. Pop is a nickname for dad, or what weasels do in songs. It's not fizzy sugar drinks.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. I did. Ugh. But yeah.
Soft drinks is
So,
always a good one.
which, I mean, like, I get why they're called that, but to be perfectly honest, I find that the level of carbonation they put into soda these days gets up to painful levels. Like I usually put whatever I'm drinking into a cup or a glass and stir it for a few minutes just so that it's easy to drink without pain.
So wait a minute, it's not my imagination. I mean, I don't have pain from drinking, say, a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi Zero or whatever from the store, but I thought I remembered the carbonation being a bit higher than it was when I was knee high to a married grasshopper. Um,
Mm.
so maybe it is okay. Um,
But yeah, I mean like Red Bull is very lightly carbonated. If you like have a Coke and a Red Bull next to each other and sample them and like weigh the amount of carbonation, Red Bull probably has a tenth of the carbonation of most sodas these days, and that is as much carbonation as I want, frankly.
okay then. Now, what was really interesting, and I don't know why this was, someday I'll go looking for the reason, but even when I was growing up, grape, uh, grape soda, orange soda were much less carbonated than everything else.
Well, I
You,
wouldn't know about that. I never really paid attention to the different flavors.
yeah, those
But
those two in particular.
you know what I suspect, and maybe I'm wrong, but I figure that their reasoning for making everything as extra carbonated as it is, it probably makes the product less dense and therefore cheaper to make, but they sell it at the same price. I bet that's what it is.
Hmm.
You know?
Okay.
Now, one thing I did see recently was like this article on how the supermarket is sort of secretly screwing you over. And part of what they mentioned was how, how so much of a bag of potato chips is air,
Yes.
right? Well, as I understand it, they actually fill the container all the way up. It's just in transport, it settles.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And this is why when I go to the supermarket, I don't look at the price of the item, I look at the unit price.
Yes. 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 Absolutely. I've taken to
Yeah.
doing that as well.
And so
And
the
then,
only problem is like have you ever been in and I find this happening in the meat aisle the most is one product will say here's the unit price by pound and another one says here's the unit price by ounce. And I'm like,
yes.
dude,
Yep.
ah.
Uh huh.
And it wouldn't be so bad if we use the metric system because, dividing by 10 is easy. But how many ounces are there in a pound? Like 16 or some shit?
16. Well,
Yeah.
well, of a Deplat. Yeah, Troy, 12 ounces to the pound, but that's another story.
Yeah. Point being that that's not easy head math, right? So, if I'm trying to say, like, okay, is this particular bit of meat like more or less expensive, and how the fuck do I tell?
And then the other one that I've discovered is you'll see one that's, okay, let's say price per ounce, and the same sort of item from a different manufacturer, price per each. So, like a 12-ounce pepperoni stick, you've still got to do the division. And it's like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And
no,
you know what? Apparently their best buy dates are complete bullshit
oh,
too.
yes, absolutely they are.
You know.
But thank you for reminding me. I still have to cut up and freeze a brisket I've had in a defriginator for weeks.
Well, today I have to like I've had bits of beef marinating in that char siu sauce that I
Ooh.
like so much. I don't know if beef will work as well as pork and chicken did with that sauce, but I'm gonna give it a try.
Hey, the worst that could happen is you don't do it again, because it sucks ours.
Yeah, that's not the worst that could happen, but well, I mean, there could be some chemical reaction between the sauce and the beef that turns it into a deadly poison. But
Yeah.
again, not a poison that kills you immediately, but rather one that, you know, gives you some sort of slow wasting disease, and it's a protracted and painful demise. And yeah, Seraphim, and I like the taste of Red Bull too. It took a while to get used to it, but I find myself enjoying it now.
Well, see, you could
And
learn to like
apparently that
scotch.
comment has been deleted. Message retracted. Oops. But I'm still agreeing with you, even though you took it back.
Moo.
Mm.
Oh my.
What looks really funny is a moose without antlers.
Yeah, that is kind of funny looking, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I was going through my weird thoughts file looking for ideas for more Head Meats comics, and one of the ones I ran across was I'm trying to picture a moose giving birth to a baby moose.
Okay.
And I mean, obviously, baby moosen are born without their antlers. So, yeah, I don't know. What sound does a moose make?
Well, the one I know of is, I believe the moose mating call is something like bloop, 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 something like that.
Warp noises. I would have thought that they'd make some sort of high pitched yowl. I don't
Moo.
know. No, I don't think they'd moo.
No, that would be the that would be the Eastern Clarion that would make that call. Yeah.
Yeah. Meese does sound like a good plural for moose, but I actually prefer moosen.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. It really is. It reminds me of a
It just sounds
German
German.
plural formation.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
I is going to looking on the thing here because maybe I can find for you is maybe I don't know moose.
Oh yeah, you'd be surprised some of the shit you can find like on the YouTubes of like, here's what this sounds like.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Oh my. Moose sounds, moose pictures, the sound a moose makes. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, this is something interesting.
Oh hey. You
Okay.
might have to link us.
Yes, I am going to do that. What do we have here? Uh, this one. Telekopotian taja karasote vetrosti.
Yeah.
There we
Okay.
go.
Was ist der Soundin?
It sounds something, I think, more what you were thinking it might
Oh,
sound like.
yeah.
Yep.
It sounds like someone trying to hork up a hairball.
Sylvia!
I'm saying, hey,
Sounds like
does
a
anyone notice a
chainsaw.
difference between top chat and live chat in the YouTube's chat? Because I've never noticed.
I really haven't noticed either. Now, they say Top chat, some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. Live chat, all messages are visible. I've not seen any difference in anything I've looked at, but maybe, I don't know, maybe no potential spam showed up on any of it. Um,
No. They're not trying to hawk up a hairball. They're trying to hork up a hairball.
yeah. I don't know that I could get very much for a hairball if I tried to hawk one.
I wonder if there's collectors.
A bear blowing a chainsaw out its nose. I like that. Oh my! Are we gonna fall into a movie night with the clams now that we're gonna do bears and chainsaws and
There's a weird question. How do clams mate?
I believe I will look to make sure. I believe they release their respective gametes into the water, and fertilization is external. I will look and see.
Seems random. Like, how can you be sure that your spooge is gonna hit another clam?
Okay, here we go.
Because they're saying movie nights and stuff. What happened on Friday?
What happened? I was
They
in.
didn't have a movie night.
Oh my! I don't know. I was in bed. I mean, my waking schedule is totally fucked up, and I mean totally fucked up. Um, where I've spent most of the week in bed, and it wasn't even any fun. Let me tell you. So I don't know. I may have to ask around a little bit. There would be one or two people I could ask.
It's not that important.
And yeah,
So,
here we go. To reproduce, clams release eggs and sperm into the water seasonally, generally in midsummer when water is warm and planktonic food is abundant. After fertilization of an egg, cellular division produces larvae and eventually tiny clams that settle to the bottom. This from
so
Asbury Park Press.
I'm being invaded by a kitty. Um, I was at an aquarium with my dad like a bunch of months ago,
Okay.
and there was video of seahorses giving birth,
Oh,
and it's one of the
wow.
craziest things you've ever seen.
Yes, it
It looked
is.
basically like a sudden like expelling of smaller seahorses, just kabam
Yes.
kabam out of the
Boom.
stomach. It looks so crazy pants, like a seahorse shotgun.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my. I'm just curious. Was the aquarium associated with the zoo, or is it a standalone?
Standalone.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
And
Um,
I'm starting to wonder if I should like get breakfast and go back to bed. I just cannot wake the hell up today.
oh my, oh my. Please don't be virus invaded. We don't want that.
Yeah.
Oh, really, Kitty? Asbury Park Press is near Shadow Kitty's home. Do you
So
run into
is there
God?
really did you find a t-shirt called Very Much Moose in there, Seraphim? I want to find this.
Oh my. Boy,
Yeah, it
that's
does look that way. There is indeed a t-shirt of that.
that.
Very Much Moose. There's another one that says Many Much. Oh no, it is yeah, Many Much Mooshin. I'm not seeing very much. It's Many Much.
So that's each of us can get that because we've got our respective things going here. You've got the moose and I've got the mini much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
I don't even know where I
I
got started with many much, but well, when I do it, it's all one word. But
I
what do you got
found with
here?
thing here it appears to be a cat and a tiger wearing moose horns.
Yeah, all right.
Looks like the kitty farted a ghost that's using twigs. Um,
Okay, somebody was smoking a little something. Yeah, all right. It's
um,
almost too bad that I quit smoking because, like I think I've said it before, I'd be afraid to smoke grass again.
hmm. Let's see, because people are asking now. I'm gonna see if there's footage. Yep, yep. It's like the first thing you type in seahorse, and the first autocomplete that comes up is seahorse giving birth.
All right. What I cannot remember is if the larvae incubate in a pouch in the male. I can't remember, or if that's a legend.
No, they do.
Okay, okay, okay.
Because one of the things that it says on the screen here is male seahorse giving birth. So, yeah. Behavioral changes indicate birth is imminent. There's probably... Oh no, there's no sound here. His respiration increases. Can we get to the footage of him expelling? Come on, where are you here? Okay, looks like we're getting there. Until finally, kapow! Look at that.
Oh man, that is beautiful.
Wow.
I love every
Kapow.
minute of that.
It is a seahorse shotgun. Am I right? Is that crazy?
That is beautiful.
It looks like stomach sneezing out little babies.
There you go. I wonder what the shelf life of a seahorse fry or larva or whatever is. You see so many of them being expelled. That's got to be because they get eaten like crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of those 1,800 babies will last to, I don't know.
Well, they're in an aquarium, so.
Well, I mean, out in the field.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that's seahorse giving birth.
Okay, then. I am liking it, I'm liking it, I'm liking it.
Oh.
But this mini much moosin, where's the, you know what I don't see on this page? I don't see a price tag.
Okay. Oh, who's a little sleepy kitty?
Oh my.
Now who's a little purring kitty? Making with their stomach paddings. He is flopping a low Nelly cat attack. Somebody loves his pettings. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And somebody's falling off the chair.
Okay, then.
Well, I mean, when he's happy, he tends to get kind of active. And so, that, like, you ever have a cat who's so happy and they're rolling around, the next thing you know, they flop themselves right off your lap?
Sure thing. Yep.
Because that's Zandy Poo here. Zander.
Be mindful is making a wonder, Kate. What the arm tattoo is. I'm guessing a circuit board, but I don't know if it's a particular board.
It's not real. I made it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just thought it would look cool. And that's all I wanted. And I get a lot of compliments on it, too. A lot of people are interested in it. So.
Oh, what do we have here from...
Grumpy old dude.
Oh my. Hi, sweetness. Let me welcome you aboard.
No. No falling. No falling, you silly cat. Oh, listen to that purr.
Now, as long as he remains that vocal, everything will be fine. Well, this one gets vocal. My oh
Yeah.
my, she hasn't lost it from kittenhood. Um, she will get insistent.
Hey, no biting. No biting. Biting bad.
Oh, that's Sylvia. Yeah, she'll get to the wrist and do the latching on with the teeth, not piercing the flesh or anything, just grabbing on and that whole thing.
Ah, Xander, you're such a wonderful little kitty. When I rise to power, yours will be one of the painless deaths.
Oh, be mindful. Sylvia was chirping at first light. Well, she usually chirps at first light.
No
I
risk for you.
I don't know what she's seeing or who she's seeing because I look and I don't see anything. But I was telling Kate before we came on the air that I'm going to have to make a recording of her chirping because somebody had said something about cat chirping. Was it Mom
See,
NATO or something?
I would describe that not so much as chirping as chittering because chirps sound different.
Okay, yeah, I get it. I get it.
Because like Xander, sometimes he just walks around going meow, blur, 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 like that. But he doesn't do the thing that some cats do when they see prey.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
and
this one more or less likes to be holded. When she's had enough, she's had enough. But yeah, I can just grab her under the kitty arms and fold her up in here.
one thing I've thought about with the comics I'm building is whether or not I should have another character. You know, like maybe a cat or something.
No.
But
Okay.
then I realized, but it's not supposed to be that. Like the theme of the comic is that this character is sort of like my inner monologue, and I don't really have a cat in my head, so
Well, that would
okay,
be kind of yeah. That would be interesting though. You'd be getting the inside of your skull scratched up a lot. Were there a cat in your head? No.
well, this is something I've often wondered about though, is like breaking and entering is a crime, but can you break without entering? You pick the lock, you open the door. You don't go in, then you close and lock it again. Is that even a crime? I mean, I guess it is, but has anybody been charged with just breaking?
You got a point there. Sure
Yeah.
got the point.
That is something I have wondered about, and I asked, and nobody can give me a straight answer.
Oh my. I got to look to see if anybody knows anything for this thing. Okay, so 21 bucks for that shirt. I don't know, maybe. Uh, is there? No, not the fur. Um, a charge.
Oh, don't bother looking. I've looked it up. It doesn't ever say.
Ah,
Like people always they assume that if you broke, you will also enter.
yeah, but what if I just want to break locks and kick down doors,
Mm,
Would that just be plain old vandalism? I mean, really.
Sure. I don't know. But I mean, even if nothing was broken, even if nobody ever knows you did it.
Yes, that one.
Yeah. And it's just the sort of thing I've wondered about.
Yeah, sure, hon. We can do that.
There's another one I was asking. I was like, you see an ad and they say like, oh, we're giving away this thing if you buy a certain amount of food at participating restaurants. And it's like, have you ever encountered a restaurant that wasn't participating? You know?
Yeah, that's
It's just,
interesting. That I am following you, but and you are following me. Okay, so okay, there's the thing there.
hmm.
Okay, then we got to over
Well, maybe
there.
someone does know you broke. Maybe there were security cameras and they watched you pick the lock, open the door, close the door, relock it, and leave.
Yeah,
And it's like, well, now what? I mean, I guess you probably change your lock because now you know that someone can fuck with you. But, you know,
yeah. So I just dropped you a DMs, Seraphim. Um, oh my, oh my, oh my.
okay, Xander, what the hell are you doing? He's like, he's got a paw that's near where he's licking, but instead he's licking my thigh.
Shut up, Clarion.
Boy.
Every now and then I can get a good singer in there, yeah.
Uh, uh, so when someone says like you're in need or something or you're having a tough time and someone does you a favor and you say thank you and they go, "Well, it's the least I can do." I'm like, "All right, so you didn't really make an effort then.
Right,
You're
yeah.
scraping the bottom of the barrel. I mean, for my benefit, okay, but still make an effort,
Mm-hmm,
you know?"
mm-hmm.
It's weird the things people say and we take it for granted.
Yeah, and then that's one of them. The whole taking it for granted. Um,
Mhm.
well, then there's all that shit about taking it for granted.
Yeah.
You can
And a
you
lot
can
of
shoot
people
me
think
now.
that I say that because I still have a little New England accent. And it's like I say take it for granted is
Yeah,
how it comes out, but there's a very faint glottal stop for the T. Take it for granted, and it sounds like granite if you're not listening too closely.
yeah. Oh, but oh my word, that half glottal stop that I hear so often. I'm really boy, does it ever get on my nerves. I'm trying to think of examples here. Where you swallow a T in the middle of a word, basically.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but it turns my brain upside down and backwards.
I grew up with it, so it's hard to not do it.
Okay, okay. Um,
Yeah.
because where I grew up, the socioeconomically depressed people spoke that way, and it was regarded as ignorant.
Well, it's funny, like, as much as I say that no one in Vermont pronounces anything Frenchy, that it's always phonetic, I'm pretty sure that the glottal stop T is a remnant of a French accent.
Oh, okay.
Well, it wouldn't shock me,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Like take the name of the state, Vermont, right? Well, a lot of us in Vermont would say Vermont, which is probably how the French pronounce it. Vermont
Yeah,
is probably
Green
how they,
Mountain. Yeah.
so I'm pretty sure that glottal stop comes from that shit.
Oh, well, Mr. Shadow Kitty saves the day as usual. The
Oh,
breaking part is to distinguish it from just illegal entry, meaning that you entered through a window or some other method than just walking in.
so it has nothing whatsoever to do with like picking the lock then. Like picking the lock has nothing to do with it.
I don't know. What I'm thinking the picking the lock may have something to do with it. The illegal entry may have something to do with entering through an opening that was already open, but you had no business going through it. For example, I don't know if I left my apartment door open. Well, I did shit, and then somebody came in here through the open door. Would that be illegal entry?
Well, it sounds though, I mean, because it's the picking of the lock part that interests me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that like you picked the lock and then opened the door, closed it, did nothing else, left, you know, like, okay, you violated someone's home, but then didn't follow through, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, like, well, what happened?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
Grumpy, people from New Jersey just talk funny, okay? Uh, my ex grew up in Warren County, um, and a couple other friends of mine are spent some time anyway in New Jersey, and the way they talk is yeah, it's a really interesting thing going on there. You know, they talk about the dog. Uh,
I have to admit, I do kind of like the New York, like the Brooklyn accent.
Oh man, I had a professor who was originally from Brooklyn with a thick Brooklyn accent. Oh my word. And it was cute. It really was. Um, well.
Well, that's a shame that opening the door would be considered entry. I mean, I suppose your like forearm went into the house to close the door later, but I don't know. Like, I'd love to ask a lawyer about this, but who do you track down to ask, really?
Mm,
I don't know. It's kind of like I joined sort of a psychology group on Facebook to try to find out, like, you know how I am seriously disgusted by formal clothing, that I just find formal clothing horrific, and I want a word for that because I know vestophobia is fear of clothing and compoundophobia is fear of buttons, and I don't have just a fear of clothing, it's a specific kind of clothing. And I would very much like to have a word for that, a term for that, because one doesn't seem to exist. And I asked on this psychology thing, and like, instead of answering the question I asked, they said, "Oh, here's how you can get that diagnosed and treated." I'm like, I didn't fucking want that. I wanted a word for it. So I think what I need to do is find someone who knows like Greek or whatever and ask them to create the word.
yeah,
Because I think that the people with the whole like psychology thing got distracted by their own biases or something.
that's easily done.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
You know, what's really interesting is the more educated that people are, the more easily they're distracted. And I mean, I speak having been there. Um, yeah, you just try to talk to a PhD biologist about some simple shit, you're going to get an entire textbook.
Well, getting people to not go down rabbit holes is next to impossible.
Mm-hmm. Eek.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Sorry, but no, no. Wait a minute. What is that? Croutons and milk?
Yep.
Okay, fine. Hi,
Oh
Adelinda.
no. There's
Wait a
Pop
minute.
Tarts and
Cheese on
Velveeta.
Pop. Oh, no. No, that
Oh,
should be
what is
illegal.
this? Sprinkles on chicken?
What is this? From a site called reallystupidfood.com or what?
Someone posted this on oh no, it's on Facebook, but oh dear gods, blueberry omelet,
Oh,
pumpkin pie and mustard.
no. Okay, none of you, you especially Kate, ever give me shit about peanut butter and garlic sandwiches ever again.
Why not? Because why would okay,
Like,
this one's kind of wacky. Is
what
making
the?
your pasta in Powerade.
Oh, no. No. No, no, just no, no. Pickle pizza. I think I've seen that one.
Okay, jalapeno bananas.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, no.
Cheese.
Oh, jeez. But eggs and bananas. Oh, no. No, thank you. Not for my breakfast. Hot chocolate with well, depending on your
okay,
selection of cheese.
this one doesn't sound bad at all.
Wait, is that chocolate chip cookies in
A
a
hoagie
submarine
roll.
a hoagie roll? Okay.
And then it's a bacon wrapped Oreos. Right? I mean, man. There's one that I find particularly offensive. See if you can figure out why.
Wait a minute. That kind of reminds me of something.
Well, okay, but there's a reason I find this unacceptable. Why?
Hot dogs inside cucumbers.
Yes, inside what kind of cucumbers?
Oh, okay. I'm trying. Wait a minute. Let me switch over to the other screen because I'm. Oh. Okay, okay. I was having a hard time reading it on the OBS preview screen because it was a little too small. Now I get. Yeah, now I see how the peeled is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's my system's fault, my hardware configuration's fault, which I would like to fix. I will say that if I get this stimulus check from the U.S. government, I may use some of that stimulus check on some necessities like a little better hardware here to get this stuff going a little better than it goes now. And then the other thing I'd need to get is a better host, to just replace me. But that's another story. Now that reminds me of a note I saw passed around somewhere. It would have had to have been at a retail store of some sort where there was a rash of counterfeit currency at the time, and it was described in this little note as being a pale green, PAIL.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure, but that might even be more offensive than the absence of an Oxford comma.
Yeah, you're gonna take my Oxford comma by prying it from my cold dead hands.
My cold, dead, and lifeless hands.
There we go. Yes, indeed. I do love the demonstrations of why Oxford commas are necessary.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We brought the strippers, Hitler and Stalin.
Yes.
That's so terrible.
I was trying to remember that one and couldn't come up with it. Thank you for pulling that out. Yeah, there you go. Oh Jesus.
And then of course, there's the whole capitalization thing where it's like, I helped my Uncle Jack off a horse. Yeah, well,
But the interesting thing is, I was looking at one of the videos from Bart Ehrman's site, the New Testament scholar, for those of you who don't know. And he was mentioning that with the differences in copies of the various New Testament books and letters, the thing that he noticed is that scribes then could spell no better than his students now. So I guess crap spelling is just what, endemic to humans or something?
um, I guess I think it's more that people are inclined towards phonetics because let's face it, a lot of words are not phonetic in any way.
Yeah, in English, definitely.
And it doesn't help that there's a lot of words that sound the same but are spelled differently. And, people are lazy and stupid, and so they don't keep track.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God, I love this one. Yes, indeed.
Arr, bite me, asshole. Yes, scurvy swab. And while you're at it, shave my belly with a rusty razor.
Oh, jeez, yes.
Mm. See, okay, Amiga Nuts. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Pineapple is acceptable on pizza if it's Hawaiian style with nothing else but ham. Otherwise, yes, it's just wrong. But if you get Hawaiian, now I want pizza. God damn it.
Oh,
Pizza
man.
places are still delivering.
Yeah, I can believe that.
And DoorDash sent out an email saying that they are doing $0 deliveries now for the duration of the apocalypse. So
Oh my, that's beautiful, Seraphim. Oh my word, I'm saving that one. Oh yeah.
are you gonna tell us what it is?
The importance of the Oxford comma. The one thing that is going to be difficult for me is sharing it. Well, first thing I've got to do.
Well, send it to me and I'll
Yeah,
share
I
it.
can do that. I'll save the image as. Okay, we've got it. Now we're going to send this to Kate. Yay. That's what
On the
we're going
tweeters.
to do on the tweeters. And
Oh. So
there
you
we are.
know,
And away we go.
yes. Yes. Okay. I see.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah.
Right.
Could we get away with that? Well, what the hell, right? There we go.
Yeah, that does illustrate the importance of an Oxnard comma rather well.
Yes.
Wonder what an Oxnard comma would actually be.
Oh my! I'm trying to remember what Oxnard is noted for. Simply its name.
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything whatsoever remarkable about Oxnard. I haven't been there, but I am
And
already tired.
thank you, sweetie. That was a beautiful little thing you sent over.
Hmm.
Oh, the um, the 55-gallon barrel with the scoops of ice cream, Omega. I mean, now you have me thinking. It's you have me wanting ice cream again. God damn it! I can't afford the caloric intake. And what's really interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that song came out when I was still in elementary school and I didn't know what the hell karma was.
Okay.
So, you know, well, what do you think I thought it was saying?
Yep. Whatever happened to him?
I don't know. Mind you, never the biggest fan of the music to begin with, so I really didn't care what happened to him.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. Okay, still around. Oh my God, a picture of Boy George in 2014. I'm not quite sure what to make of it.
See, now Xander is licking my arm, and while he's not actually biting me, he is nibbling a little.
Okay, then.
He really likes having his head petted. Like if I put my hand out there, or even if I don't, if my hand is just near him, he will start
Yes,
like
yes,
this, trying to get
yes,
his head under it.
yes.
Columbia doesn't do that so much, but Xander does.
Oh, I don't know anybody like that. No, nobody. Speaking of, where the hell is she hiding herself? Yeah, because I might have my hand over on the side or something, and then Sylvia's getting her head under there and pet me, God damn it, you know. I don't.
You know, George Carlin is right. There's no blue food.
Yeah, really.
Unless you count candy, obviously, but even then, most candy doesn't come in blue.
Now I've seen a couple of them, but that's about it. Yeah, those
Well,
candy
that's why I
sticks.
said most.
Yeah, those sugar sticks that have the color
I'm
twist in
looking at
them.
Skittles. Skittles doesn't have blue. I mean, unless you get into some of the weird, like, tropical versions, but even then.
I got to see what they got on the thing for to hear is yet. Um,
Zombie Skittles? I don't even want to know.
holy shit, man.
It says, like, here, most taste delicious, but some taste like rotten zombie. Dare to try?
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm a little frightened by that. It was kind of like after Harry Potter was so popular, they came out with Bertie Bott's every flavor beans, and some of them were pretty nasty.
Okay
But
then.
like, picture a pepper jelly bean.
Yeah, that would be kind of strange. I don't know that I'd want one. Well, I'm looking at the blue peeps over here, and I wouldn't want any of those either.
Hmm.
Um, and then you've got the purple potatoes. Whoever thought that was a good idea?
What, purple potatoes? What's wrong with that?
I just thought it would be a little strange to select for that color. What's uh, the draw? I don't know what, just a novelty?
Hmm. I guess. I don't know. So, like, here we have the flavors that they put out, and to be honest, I thought there were more of them. The banana, black pepper, blueberry, booger, candy floss, whatever the frill that is. I assume it's cotton candy. Cherry, cinnamon, dirt, earthworm, earwax grass, green apple, marshmallow, rotten egg, sausage, lemon, soap, tutti frutti, vomit, and watermelon.
Oh, okay.
You know, thing is, I'm looking, and I'm pretty sure that some of these, because like you notice they spell it like flavor, they spell flavor funky. I'm figuring that these were flavors they had in Britain that they didn't give us in the United States.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure that we didn't have sausage or vomit in the ones I'm pretty sure. And so, like, I mean, that's one thing that kind of bothers me is the fact that they think that Americans are stupid wuss bags, you know?
Well,
Well, no, I mean, I'm serious because, like, I could have handled it, and I'm sure most people could have handled it if they had kept the first book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, instead of changing it to Sorcerer's Stone. But they figured, oh no, Americans, they'll see philosopher and say, screw this. It's like all hoity toity and intellectual, and I want nothing to do with it. Meh, 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 meh. I'm like, we're not that delicate here in the United States. And even if we are, not all of us are. And
yeah.
I feel insulted, but it's like when people picture the wall Martian on the cart with the machine gun and they're grossly overweight and they're shouting Murica, fuck yeah. And a lot of the rest of the world has that as their mental image of us. And I'm like, you realize that at least half of us think that those people are creepy, right? You know that we're
Mm.
ashamed of those people, right?
Oh my! And that's the interesting thing. I'm remembering the story that Aaron told about. I think he was in Scotland at the time or something. And the guy's doing a visual joke or something, or juggling or some shit like this, and for the Americans in the audience, and he's picking them up very slowly one after another. And wait a minute. Oh, okay, okay. Boy, have I got a lag.
Mm.
Okay, no, that's better. Um,
I mean, there's a reason we're pinning Canadian flags to our backpacks when we go abroad.
oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, and where yeah, well, Seraphim, you've got that. Yeah, they wanted nothing to do with the Sorcerer's Stone because it had witchcraft allegedly. Um,
Mm.
Jesus Christ, the U.S. has
I
just
mean, I
totally screwed
suppose
up.
you could have had like wizards and sorceresses or something instead of witches, but even so,
Mm. Wait a minute, honey. The hoax has grown by almost 5,000 cases since this show started?
I'm assuming no, since the shit show started, which I guess could still describe this, but I
Oh, okay,
think
pretty much. I mean, hey, look who's running it, okay? You're our salvation. You know that, Kate, right?
oh that no, I mean never mind.
Oh, you're kidding me.
What?
Uh, Okay, Seraphim said that the family was against it. Okay, I take it she means the Harry Potter thing. Had to get a teacher to write a note that the books were for school. Mom wanted
Hmm.
to burn the book when I brought it home.
Hmm. Hmm.
Well, thank you, dear. Blush. No, I'm not awesome. I'm just old, fat, and ugly. Since this show has started. Holy fucking shit.
Wait, really? Since this particular show started, I mean, I'm assuming that that's just an update for today rather than like, oh yeah, a couple of hours ago, this many people were verified as cases. I'd really hope that's not so.
Wow, I has to have a look here.
And
Um,
okay, I read something like I read two contradictory somethings where at first it was saying, "Oh yeah, there's some folks in China who got the virus and came out the other side and now they got it again." But
oh
what
yeah.
I read was that the testing methods when they were tested the first time were inadequate. So it's not that they got it again, they just still have it.
Okay, yeah, I got that story. Which it would be a lot better if, yeah, it was the latter, to where the testing was inadequate and they still had it. Because, oh my word, could you imagine? I mean, if they were reinfected after such a short period, the mutation rate of the virus would have to be insane. And, well, okay, maybe, I don't know. It might not be all that bad when I was thinking the mutation rate of the virus would be insane and we would all be dead within weeks. That might not be such a bad idea. No, I'm not kidding.
I mean, I wonder what kind of effect it would have. Like if Trump gets his way and reopens the country in what, a couple of days, and we get that many cases and that many people die, what'll that do to and for the rest of us in terms of like, well, now there aren't as many people, so it's easier to get a job, or now there aren't as many people, and so like this, that, or the other property becomes less valuable because there's less demand. And
Well,
so it's like easier to buy a house because all these people died in theirs. I mean, how is that going to work?
I remember James Burke talking about that in relation to the bubonic plague of, like the 13th, 14th century in Europe. And it was indeed the case that labor was in great demand after the plague burned itself out. And, payment rates to people in exchange for their labor went up and they were able to afford luxuries and stuff like that. So you never know, would it have some sort of, if you want to call it a benefit, for the people who are left after everybody else dies?
Well,
Uh,
that's why I wonder, because they're talking about how, like, by the end of this, we may end up in another Great Depression and unemployment will rise and
and
this, that, and the other thing. And I'm thinking, really? I mean, I guess it could, but really?
well, part of that I'm wondering, is it something of GOP overreaction or corporate
Oh,
overreaction,
it's not
that
just
sort of
them
thing?
saying it, though. It's not just them saying it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know all the machinations. I mean, I'm certainly no economist. Um, I mean, I'm barely a biologist, for fuck's sake. Economy, I don't know.
Well, it always seems like whenever there's something technical that makes perfect sense is wrong.
Mm-hmm. So vet me yet on the thing over here, but they got the worldometer.
Okay.
I want to view,
You
but
remember I was looking at various simulators on Steam?
yes, yes.
I just found a rock simulator.
I'm gonna burst a blood vessel in my skull. Oh God!
The description of the game, it says, become what you have always imagined, a rock with no responsibilities, no debt, and no worries. The only thing on your checklist is to exist and watch as time fades away. Also to become the golden rock.
All reviews very positive. Allegedly 69 reviews. Oh
I,
no!
I can't even. I
I
can't even.
I want to know what else that particular developer has developed.
Well, there is a link to the developer page, and that appears to be it. The single solitary thing that they have ever made is a rock simulator.
Oh, Lord.
Uh,
It reminds me though a little bit of the pet rock craze back in God, I think it was the late '70s. Kid made himself a pretty good. Hmm?
no, sorry, just go on.
Oh, kid made himself a pretty good buck on that pet rock, um, and a
Oh, give
lot
me a
of
sec.
okay.
No, keep going, but just give me a sec.
Oh, okay.
Ow!
A,
That really hurt, Xander.
oh my, I don't know. Juggle the kitty. No, but the
Okay,
kid.
so it's not so much a pet rock as it is a monster egg.
Okay then. Uh huh.
Yeah.
That the work that went into the pet rock, it was brilliant. Was the instruction book that came along with it?
Oh.
Yeah, teach your pet rock how to fetch, for example. And then you set the pet rock on the floor, and then you back off, and, or teach the pet rock how to come, and never mind. And come rock, and if it doesn't come closer, then move toward it a little bit and say it again, and then pretty soon you've walked up to the rock, wasn't come, that sort of thing, and it was brilliant. Um,
I'm trying to figure out why people bought this.
I think because the instruction book was funny.
That's it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it was a rock in one of those paper crates that you might get a budgie in, and a
Yeah.
little bit of paper nesting material, and it was just a novelty thing that some people thought was cute and funny and stuff like that. I mean, I thought it was cute. I wouldn't buy one, but the kid made a good bit of money. Wait a minute. Pet Rock, 1975. Oh my word.
But it just seems to me like the kind of thing I would never want.
A 32.
Like
Hmm?
well, it would just sit on a shelf and I'd never
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
32-page official training manual titled "The Care and Training of Your Pet Rock" was included, with instructions on how to properly raise and care for one's new pet rock, notably lacking instructions for feeding, bathing, and so on. The instruction manual contained gags, puns, jokes, listed several commands that could be taught to the new pet, while sit and stay were effortless to accomplish. Rollover usually required a little extra help from the trainer. Come, stand, and shake hands were found to be near impossible to teach. However, attack was fairly simple, also with some additional help from the owner's force. Oh my. The one thing I don't see here is how much it made the person by the name of Gary Dahl.
So I believe that hunger is getting critical. So
Oh
I may
my,
have
no, we cannot lose you to lack of food.
Ooh,
No.
Mm.
Can't have that
So
happen.
I think I will catch you later.
Well, that's a good thing there. Just get yourself loaded up with the necessities, the carbohydrates and lipids and proteins and vitamins and minerals.
And the truck carbohydrates.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, have fun storming the castle. I'll see you later.
Okay, hon, you take care.
Mm.
Oh my, oh my, oh my. And then, okay, then there was one. How do you like that? Yeah, kids, there we are. At St. Alfonso's pancake breakfast. Yeah, where I stole the margarine. And you could throw out a burglar, yes. Oh my. Um, Leftover tonkatsu ramen with extra eggs. Yeah, but there we are. It's I suppose that I'll eventually close the shop down as well. I had a bowl of life cereal before I started the show, but what I've got to do is turn that voice down in my head that's saying ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. You know how that works. Um, I need that like I need another hole in my head. But hey, what are you going to do? Oh, well, tortilla chips is tasty and yummy. Oh, yay! Yes, I'm good with the Zappa. I dearly love the Zappa. Um, and she was totally chenille, and her old man was a Marine. She abused a sausage patty and said, "Why don't you treat me mean?" At St. Alfonso's Pancake Breakfast, where I stole the margarine. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Yes, so we're going to see how this new stuff goes here. Yeah, wait a minute here. Okay, I'm looking at the confirmed cases and deaths by country of COVID-19. This is just totally amazing that the U.S. leads the world. Yeah, USA number one, USA number one, all that shit. 135,627 total cases. 12,049 new cases here. 165 new deaths. Not leading the world there, but we're working on it. Yep. Now this is, what do we have here? Okay, total cases per 1 million population. U.S. is at 410. Italy 1616, Spain 1685, Switzerland 1713. Holy shit, man. That is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But I don't know how this is gonna. I don't know how this is gonna work out. I really don't. I mean, more than once, Kate has offered the question of how will life permanently change as a result of this pandemic. It's a question that bears asking and repeating. Yeah, honey. My plan. The studio is almost finally cleaned up uh, over the last week, with me staying in bed almost constantly. You know, things got to the point where I really couldn't shoot a video, but I'm just about cleaned up enough to shoot. And rice pudding is on my list. Um, Brisket is on my list. Trying to think of what else I want to make right away. Oh, Reuben sandwich, of course. Yes, Seraphim, I did. I even left a comment on that. For those of you who didn't see it, there was an article about religious exemptions to the no gathering thing, which is a really really dangerous thing. Um, and my answer to them is what it's been for a very long time. My take on religious exemptions is none for anything ever. No religious exemptions at all. And of course, you'd have all the Republicans screaming, "But my religious freedom!" And it's like, yeah, what about mine? You know, that sort of thing. And Beach, yeah, that's the other one. I've already said it, and I'll say it again. Let them go to church and lock the doors on them. You know, don't let them back out until this whole thing is over. Uh huh. Yep. Absolutely, Beach. I got before this whole thing started. I got about 10 pounds and brought it home. Um, so what I want to do is slice it up into, let's say, 3 pound chunks, because I'm not going to eat 10 pounds of brisket all at once. I mean, really, I'm not. I can freeze 6 pounds and then make up a 3 pound thing. And yummy, yummy, yep. Excuse me, yummy, yummy, yummy. Well, yeah, that's the point, Doc. They won't keep the virus to themselves. I'll come home and have children. Yeah, there's the other damn thing. We're running out of condoms. Fuck's sake. Yeah, it's going to be another baby boom in September. Or I'm sorry, not September, December. Um, Already too damn many people. Oh well, that's another story entirely. Um, I did not have kids, and just one of the reasons was there were already too many people. And I lost the genetic lottery. Okay, I mean, somebody pissed in my gene pool. All right, so that was another reason. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Chain the doors. Sign says dead inside. Bush and Moy. I don't know. It would be so nice. Boy, am I sounding classist. It would be so nice if this whole coronavirus thing wiped out the stupid, but of course it won't. Yeah, well, what I want to look for, and I'll probably do a bit on this, the anti-vaxxer response to the coronavirus. Um, I know that the hyper-religious are, let the virus come and get me, God will protect me. Um, I'd really like to see that. I really would. All right, Beach. That sounds good. All right. Well, I mean, Beach, the thing is that eventually the kid's got to have a mind of his own, okay? Which is something the male slimy bastard never learned. I was never supposed to have a mind of my own. Um, I don't know if his mother's like that as well, but yeah, it's not fun, not fun, not fun. Ah, shitski. But what are you gonna do, I suppose? Oh my, oh my, 11 watching still. That's amazing. Really is. Oh yeah, yeah. And then it's a punishment for people like me existing. And what else is it about? Well, I don't know. I don't know, Robert. You're gonna have to ask Ham, because if I remember correctly, he put out an article about why did God make coronavirus. Uh, and I don't know. I suppose that the one good thing, or one of the few good things about this um, pandemic, is that AIG is coming out with new material. They're not constantly recycling 6-year-old articles now. You do have an occasional new one. Oh, that was beautiful, Robert. That video was fantastic. Yes. Ah, my, oh my. Oh, Balkesera Petranta. No, I don't know what I just said. I don't. And I'm not sure that anybody wants to know what I just said. Because I don't think I do. Oh, my word. But this is, oh, my word. So what is this number here? I guess the number of cases at 710 almost. Excuse me, almost 711,000 cases. I guess that's worldwide then. And recovered of that is 150,000. So there are still quite a few active cases. Yay. And 33,000 some deaths. Jesus. But what ist du doing? Danke, danke schön. A copy pasta. Okay. Yeah, it'll have to be after the show because my email is unavailable to me right now. But we will indeed, let's try that again. We'll indeed do that. There we go. Oh, boy, boy. I don't know if there have been any here. Okay, 4 deaths here in Pennsylvania. 643 new cases reported 3 hours ago. Governor Wolf lays off 2,500 employees, calls on Trump to declare Pennsylvania a major disaster area. New Jersey coronavirus death toll at 161. Fun, yeah. Oh my, oh my, oh my. So I do not know how is this thing to be. I don't know when it's going to finally end. But the interesting thing is, I got some food yesterday at the local Walmart, and a person here in the building was disinfecting her taxi, and she's a hack, and I had said something about this. I don't know when it's going to be over. Is it going to be a year? And she very smilingly said, "Oh, well, it's going to be over in the summer because the heat will kill it." And yeah, okay, so the misinformation is still making the rounds. Good, 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 good. We're really good with that. Thinking that people should just shut up anymore and not say anything. But that's how it goes, kids. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. I will not do the thoughts and prayers thing, but I'll just sit here quietly hoping for the best. Oh, great. I don't know. I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to hope that it overruns us, and that'll be it. And what the hell? Wait a minute, Doc. Which hair dryer thing is that? I vaguely remember something about a hair dryer. Is it that blowing a hairdryer on a surface will supposedly kill the coronavirus because of the heat or something. Okay, okay. Well, I don't know. Sometimes, Jesus Christ. I know for some of those folks, heating their heads to 135 degrees Fahrenheit might not be too bad. Might not be a bad idea. I don't have, I don't hold much hope for humanity. I really don't. Um, well, that makes sense, Beach. Thank you, dear. Oh, man. Okay. She's so okay. Most of the okay, yeah, okay. 4,100 confirmed cases. Jesus. I don't know when this is going to be over, and I don't hold out any great hope for it to be over anytime soon. I was listening to something last night, I believe it was. People were talking about the shape that the infection curves could take, and what some fear is a W-shaped curve, where the active cases come down, but then spike again before coming down. Oh, scheisse. Yeah, and this is the really, 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 really interesting thing. You got the stay home orders and that sort of thing, which is all well and good as far as that goes. But how are you supposed to eat? Um, and especially if you were already existing hand to mouth, and now you can't work with the stuff closed, or you're staying home to prevent infection. Um, yeah, Doc, you're an essential type, if I remember correctly, right? And what's really funny is out here in PA, on the list of essential workers and essential businesses, liquor stores and beer distributors. Yeah. Ethanol is essential. Well, yeah, with all the drunk mill hunkies around here, I guess it is essentials. Oh, man, I. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, Amiga, absolutely. Um, and that's just that amazes the fuck out of me. Okay, the Trump wanting everything, to open everything lift all the orders Easter. And it's not all that difficult to understand why. Because he wants to be seen as the savior. I mean, his base is already worshiping him as the Son of God, the second coming, all that horse shit. I mean, I will not say what I'm thinking because it got me. It got my video pulled a couple weeks ago. So, or not a couple weeks ago. I'd say a week ago. Two Tuesdays ago. So I'll keep my mouth shut for now, but I'm going to think it really, really loudly. Okay. We'll just go from there. Let me check. No, the stream is still going. That's amazing. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he already is, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's the one that shut down any pandemic preparedness, disaster preparedness, everything else like that. Oh, we don't need that shit. Yeah, let my corporate buddies have it. I realize that I'd be one of the first to die in such a scenario, but I almost want just everything to fall apart here. So the folks that are left can start over. You know what the hell, man? It's the ickiness. That's what it is. It's very icky. Yeah, okay. I still have to lose a little bit of weight for this shirt to fit right. I bought it 3 years ago because it was the only one left and it was close to my size and I had already wanted to lose weight. I've lost a good bit of weight, but I'm still a little large for it. We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh my, oh my, oh my. So maybe, okay, what I'm going to have to do, Robert, yeah, your mention earlier is getting me to the point where I'm thinking, yeah, getting another cooking video out might not be a bad idea, and I'm trying to think if I want to get a couple things for that, or if I can get by without, or at least, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a look and see what the temperature is like out there. If I could, have a fairly decent temperature, no. I'm doing that backwards. I'm doing it backwards. There it goes. Get me out of this. Oh, wow, 75 degrees out there and sunny. I'm almost thinking of going to the local Squall Mart and getting a couple of necessities because staying in here all day, every day, it's crazy. Yeah, usually I don't know. Sometimes it's okay just to stay in here all day, every day, but not always. $139, $4.99. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Are we going to have? Are you going to have a 50% infection rate by the time this is over? Yeah. Okay, Doc, honey. Thanks for coming by. Seriously, love to have you here and everything. And yeah, day sweetness. And what I just might do as well is, yeah, we're into our third hour here, so I think pretty much I'll start to wrap things up. And Beach, I will check my email, see what's going on over there, and I'm looking out my window here, and boy, the trees have started budding like crazy. It's pretty nice stuff. Work tonight. Moo. Okay, so I was estimating a little low. Okay. I was trying to go a little bit low because I didn't want to be talking out my arse. But yeah. Yeah. Night night, Seraphim. Sweetie. Yeah, okay. So, okay, I'm going to just hope that either my symptoms aren't that bad or that I'm taken out quickly when I get infected. I already cannot see a doctor because I've had my doctor's appointments canceled because I'm over 60. And what are you gonna do? Oh, yeah. You pity when you blush. No, working from home isn't all it's cracked up to be. Definitely not. There's something about going to a site away from home that causes one to actually work. It's too easy to not do anything productive when you're doing it from home. Oh my, oh my, oh my. But how are we going to go? So, yeah, what I think we'll do, we're starting to lose our numbers here. So before this show dies a slow, lingering death, we might as well start to wrap things up. And I'll say that I want to thank everyone who's here. I want to thank everyone who's not here. I'm so happy that you folks come by and hang around and just listen to us talk and cackle and everything else. And I'll come up with a nice title for Tuesday. And we'll do it all over again on Tuesday. And then maybe we'll make a little bit more. Maybe I'll get on the air a little more often. I won't necessarily drag everybody else on because unless they want to come on. Oh my. Okay, I got you. So yeah, it's really great. I really appreciate you folks because you're the reason I'm doing this. Okay, really, you are. Um, when I started this, God, it was 2 years ago. It's amazing. Uh, I really didn't think anything was going to come of it. It was just going to be me bloviating every now and then. And well, thanks to Johnny Drive-By, that sort of changed. And thanks to you folks for catching on. And oh, absolutely, absolutely. And if the bomb falls, it's got to be at least every Sunday. Okay. Um, no, not too soon, Robert. We're wrapping up. And thanks, kids. Really, I do thank you for coming by. And okay, I guess what I can say then is thanks a lot, troops. See you on the other side.